What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid, coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're doing the Nightfall. We're doing Vollis to Arc, and it's been a long time since we haven't wall-banged Vollis to Arc through the ceiling. But we have to do it legit because it doesn't exist that old way anymore. Ah, nostalgia. I'm also doing this on all three characters for the very first time in the Taken King. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, some of the modifiers on the Nightfall that are beneficial to you are Specialist and Airborne, and that actually works out really well with the Telesto. So whenever you do your first initial hit with the Telesto, if you jump in the air before your explosions end up going off, you actually get the bonus damage from Airborne, and that essentially doubles your Telesto explosions, and that's really nice. So that's why you'll see me shooting Vollis to Arc and then jumping in the air all the time, because I want to get that extra damage with the Telesto. Whenever I shoot it off and just stay on the ground, I do 2,000 and change damage. Whenever I'm up in the air, I actually end up doing 4,000 plus damage. So that is really cool, and it's really nice, and it's really helpful to help you get out the massive damage that you need to get in order to kill Vollis. Because, of course, with the Nightfall, there's extra shields, there's extra enemies, there's extra damage all over the place, and anything you can do to make your life easier is going to help. Now, something else that I would have liked to try, but I didn't get a chance to, would be if I had my Defender Titan, or if you're in a party with a Defender Titan, and you end up putting on your 4th Horseman and throwing down a bubble around Vollis to Arc and jumping up and shooting him in the face, kind of like we did on Taniks before. I think that would absolutely melt him. It doesn't have an arc burn. If it did that, then holy crap, there's no doubt that would be undoubtedly the best, quickest, easiest strategy. But if you've got a 4th Horseman in general, with the boost from Specialist, and you're jumping in the air for Airborne, I think it's going to deal a lot of damage. So it could be something for you to try out on your own. I think you'll enjoy it. One other thing to keep in mind with Airborne, it won't work on just the Telesto. Other things can work for it as well. Like if you throw a sticky grenade on something, like Vollis or something, and then you jump up in the air, that's going to help you out, going to deal extra damage there. Same thing, Raph was trying it out with his exotic arc sword, and it ended up dealing extra damage whenever he jumped before the blade ended up hitting. So all pretty cool things. Again, things to try out, just ways to make the modifiers work into your favor so you can deal as much damage as you can. Now, Vollis should have been standing here. This place is a nice hiding spot for whenever Vollis gets low health. He typically stands right over top of you, and you can just shoot up at him in the face. But I think because we had somebody join in and he was moving around, Vollis kind of got his AI all wonky. For instance, he was walking all the way up on that platform where we were standing, and I don't really ever recall seeing him go up that high. So unfortunately, we can't do the final nice and easy cheese to kill him from right down here, but we're still going to walk out and do some pot shots whatever we can. And it looks like no other enemies are actually aiming at me, it's just Vollis, but I'm trying to stay as safe as I can, no sense in rushing it. It's a Nightfall, and even though you don't go to orbit if you lose, you still have to redo a couple rooms, and who wants to do that? Nobody's got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just staying safe. Again, this area is pretty nice. It's basically the area that's right in front of you as soon as you enter this room. It's on the right-hand side whenever you're entering the room. And it's all the way in the back towards where Vollis actually spawns out. You can see his gate that he spawns out of is right pretty much in front of my cursors whenever I jump up right there. So Vollis, he's pretty low on health, and I'm trying to get him to come over here. That's why I'm jumping up and down, but he just will not walk and get into position. Whenever it works, it's really nice and easy. All I would have to do is aim up pretty much like that, and Vollis would be standing over there with his little football-sized head, and I could just pelt him away. But since he's not coming here, I can just jump up and again try dealing the damage with the Telesto and Airborne together. Throw a grenade, again jump up in the air, see if I can get any of that bonus damage. He's so low though, one more shot should pretty much do it. But my health is so low, living on that magic pixel. I wanted to wait until I regained some health to jump out and do this shot. It looks like, there we go, there goes Vollis, all type of melted with the Telesto. Again, because it's Specialist, Telesto is going to deal a lot of damage, as will your sniper rifles or your fusion rifles in general. Of course, shotguns, but again, for a shotgun, you need to get up close and personal. So if you're doing that, make sure you're planning with your Defender Titan. And 4th Horseman, of course, will undoubtedly be the strongest weapon to deal out damage with. Definitely. Fourth Horseman, a lot of fun, a really, really good gun. But that's not what we're here for. We love killing Vollis. We love killing Vollis. We love killing all the bosses. We love getting not any exotic engrams from our 3 of coins. But what we really want is to get some nice Nightfall rewards. All 3 of them on 3 characters. So since this is my first time on my Titan in the Taken King, what does he get? He ends up getting a legendary. Raph gets himself some 310 gear, and I actually got a 300 pair of boots. I actually didn't have purple boots on my Titan, so it's not all that bad. In my second run on my Hunter, I actually picked up the Treads Upon Stars. And this is strike-specific gear that you can get from Cabal encounters. And I've actually got a couple of these from the Shield Brothers and Vollis to Arc before. I'm still waiting on one to come with full auto and some stability, mainly full auto, before I end up actually using it. This just isn't going to cut it for me, but I did hear that you get increased chances to get this strike-specific loot on Nightfalls, because a lot of people were getting those Hunter capes on the flares a few weeks back. Not me, but other people. But what we're really here for is to see what we got from the Nightfall. So again, running it with Raph, what did I pick up? Raph getting himself some more 310 gear, and I got a ghost shell that is 296. So not any good right now, but man, if it came a month into the Taken King, it would have been pretty awesome. Finally, on my Warlock and running with Demento, I end up picking up a Suros Regime, brand new, and 310, so that's awesome. And Demento ended up grabbing a 305 ghost shell, which isn't terrible. He probably has something better, though. But that's it. That is my Nightfall on 3 characters, 1 exotic this week. So, not too bad. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily Destiny content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, the Taken King, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Nightfall.